What is up, my dudes? We've got the Corporate Esports Association Dota 2 Spring 2019 tournament going on. Today we've got the Shitty Wizards. I think this is Workday, representing Workday. And up against CapOne, What's in Your Warlock, representing Capital One. So this is the final round before the playoffs, so these two teams are on similar footing, just trying to get the right seeding for the playoffs. Workday was the runner-up at the tournament last year, so I do have some high hopes for them, but What's in Your Warlock definitely taking the competition by storm. A bit of a dark horse here. They're quite close to the top of the rankings in during the season, but I mean, they didn't have any teams last year, so they're doing pretty well here. In their first time. They've also got two teams, which is interesting. Let's hop into the draft. We've got a Drow and a Rubik band. Rubik a little bit odd, maybe a bit of a respect band, but I'm not too sure about that one. Meanwhile, we've got Ursa and Bounty Hunter. I feel like Ursa's fallen off a little bit, but he's still a pretty good hero, so I'm not gonna flame that one too much. Wind Ranger is also a little bit of an odd band. Usually you see Wind Ranger a bit later on in the draft. I don't think she's quite first pick material right now. The Nyx band as well. Shadow Shaman and Doom coming out, pretty standard stuff, where this patch is almost over. Actually, the new patch came out today, so I'm pretty excited to play it. But this game is from 2 weeks ago, so right after the Disneyland Major. I'm still trying to catch up a bit. I still have one more week of games to catch up on. The first round of the playoffs, actually, which is going to be pretty exciting. We're going to be moving to best of 3, so hopefully the drafting meta changes a little bit. So let's see how this goes. But the playoffs are going to be a bit weird because there's 21 teams, so the round of 32 is gonna have mostly buys. My team didn't play last week, so just the bottom 6 teams. Gotta figure out who, bottom 10 I suppose. I'm gonna figure out who's gonna get eliminated in the first round. I don't think either of these teams are gonna be in that position, so they're gonna have next week off as well. So this is the last time we'll see these guys for a while. Lion as well picked for What's in Your Warlock, so a little bit of a flex pick in terms of the support role. Doom is most likely going to be the 3 position, but hey, Kuroki plays Doom in 5 positions, so anything's possible. I mean, I actually think 5 position Doom is pretty good, because if you think about it, all you need to do is find the right creep to devour. You're allowed to leave the lane to find a good creep as a support. Just think of it as roaming, but you basically double your chances of getting a Seder creep, because you get to check out two neutral camps, maybe even 3, triple your chances. Check out all 3 neutral camps instead of just the one that's close to the lane, because you don't feel as bad for leaving the lane. The other thing with position 3 Doom that he tends to struggle a lot with is figuring out who you should Doom, because you've only got one and you got to make it count. But if it's from the 5 position, you can use your Doom a little bit more liberally, because you're not really expected to be that huge frontliner who runs at people who are doomed. Your goal of Doom is, as the position 5, is to just disable someone, let your teammates take the fight 4v5. You basically trade your utility as a 5 position for a 1 or 2 positions utility, right? Like ability to fight. So that's why I think position 5 Doom definitely feels a little bit there's less pressure to get a good Doom off. So Darksea, you gotta come out from the Shitty Wizards. This could be the offlane duo, but I think Shadow Shaman Darksea is a little bit of an underwhelming lane. You normally want to see another big bulky frontliner with the Darksea, so you can just run at them with the Surge and the Iron Shell. But Shadow Shaman, it could sort of do it. If you Surge the Shadow Shaman and then get a nice shackle, or just a shackle into an Iron Shell, just punch them with the Darksea is bad. And Lion's another hero who can be a 4 or a 5. Usually would prefer to see 4, but it's kind of hard to run Lion as a 4. He's not very strong in the lane, so he doesn't really benefit. Oh, he doesn't apply as much pressure as the other 4 positions normally would against the enemy safe laner. So we'll see how what's in your wall decide to approach this draft. So definitely some options in the air, but probably gonna be Doom in the 3 position and Lion in the 5. Lion Doom is not too bad of a lane. You can always just smack people with the Infernal Blade, but everyone's maxing Devour first these days. It's the ability that gives you regen instead of Scorched Earth. There's no reason to level Scorched Earth anymore. It kind of just feels like a bad spell. So Abaddon's going to come out for what's in your Warlock. This is going to be a position 4 Lion. So the Doom Lion lane, Abaddon position 5, and now they can kind of deal with this Darkseer a little bit better. I kind of wish they picked Oracle instead, so you can use the Fortune's End to purge the Iron Shell. But Abaddon's okay. You can just keep healing up your carry with the Mist Coil spam.
Dire team pick.
Shitty Wizard's gonna go with Vengeful Spirit. So again, a bit of a confusing flex pick. Because we're probably going to see position 5 Venge and the position 4 Shadow Shamans most likely. I think, like, if you had a choice, you would probably give your farm to Shadow Shaman instead of Venge. Could also be a carry Venge, but not seeing it. Not against Doom. It just I don't know. It's nice to be able to have use Venge as a defensive swap, so you get doomed and you just swap them. And a big problem with Doom is what happens is you doom someone and they just run away, and it's way easier if you have a Vengeful Spirit. If you get doomed, you get swapped out and you just run away. Come back to the fight 16 seconds later once the Doom has run out. So I do like the Venge pick. I think it's gonna be able to deal with this Doom pretty well. Also, you can just swap people out of the Lion Chain Stun, which is nice. We'll see this Venge play a pretty big role in this game, I think. And not much catch now on the side of what's in your Warlock. They're gonna have to wait for this line to get blink until they're able to really get the kills. And Necrophase just exacerbates the problem. He's a really slow hero. They kind of just need to run at the enemy team, but they've got a Darkseer, and later on Darkseer's gonna get the AoE Surge talent, and they're not gonna be able to catch up to the side of the shitty Wizards.
Only 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
Gonna probably have to see a blink from the Necro as well. So the shitty Wizards, they're probably looking for a carry at this point. So Necro is a bit of a flex pick. He's probably going to go mid, because it's either like safe lane Necro. It doesn't always feel that good. He definitely needs levels and he needs to snowball a little bit. But the shitty Wizard, they've got a few options to go up against this Necrophos. They can choose Pugna, who's going to be pretty strong in this game so far. Although he definitely cares a lot about being doomed. They could go with, I feel like TA would do pretty well against Necrophos in the lane, because the Heartstopper Aura doesn't count as damage ticks against the Refraction, and you can just chip away at this Necrophos with the Psyblades. Much like how you would do with most other int heroes. You can also pick OD. No, OD does pretty poorly against Necrophos. What am I talking about? Ember Spirit, that one. You could pick Ember Spirit. It's gonna be pretty hard to catch him because Lion's pretty low range on his disables. But you don't want to get doomed as Ember Spirit either. The Doom definitely presents a lot of threats, and maybe they just need to pick. Oh, they're going with Dragon Knight, a hero who doesn't really care about being doomed. Once he pops the dragon form, it's like, whatever, dude. I'm already pretty happy where I am. And I mean, DK can definitely lane pretty well against the Necro as well. Just get 2 points in the Dragon Blood at level 3 and just out-sustain the harass from Necrophos. You can definitely out-regen the Heartstopper Aura and then some. So we're gonna have to see a carry come out of the shitty wizards. They have to be able to deal with Doom and Lion in a pretty decent fashion. They can't get wrecked too hard. Monkey King is on the table still. They're gonna ban Terrorblade. This would have been a pretty terrible Terrorblade game, honestly, against the Lion and the Necro. You just get like Finger and Reapered, and then you're just dead. So Anti-Mage. Oh, okay. I think this could go really well for them. What's in your Warlock? They're gonna have to. They're on a bit of a timer. They don't have much catch for this anti-mage. It's all single target as well. If the Lion hexes himself, he's pretty screwed. The anti-mage is gonna turn around and kill him. So we'll see how the anti-mage's reaction speeds are. But what's in your Warlock? I feel like they're in a lot of trouble because of this anti-mage pick. They're gonna go with Alchemist instead, try and ball up. But they're gonna go. That means they want to go late game as anti-mage, and this is oh boy. We're gonna have to go with the shitty wizards on this one, aka Workday. But I mean, it could work. I like imagine the Doom dooms himself. Obviously, you have to react to it, but the Doom cast time is like super long, and there's plenty of time to react with anti-mage. Nice battered set actually, the D with the antlers. Gonna have to put my money on the shitty wizards on this one. I think the anti-mage is a real gotcha pick here. And they don't have much D push either. So let's introduce the teams. On the side of the shitty wizards, aka Workday, we've got Warlock on the Dark Sea, Asian Go player on the Dragon Knight, Ponies on the Anti-Mage, Brandatello on the Vengeful Spirit, and now this is feeding on the Shadow Shaman. On the side of What's in your Warlock, we've got Pyrochart on the Necrophist, Friendly Neighborhood Willy on the Doombringer, Strawberry Cheesecake on the Alk, Slick Willy on the Lion, and Bias on the Abaddon. So it's going to be the safe lane Necrophist against the mid Alk. It makes a bit of sense. They're just going to trade farm here, but this is good for better for the Alk, I think, because there's not much way for the DK to put pressure on the Alchemist, and I mean, if you're trading even with the Alk, it means you're losing because he gets more gold than you do. So we're going to see a pretty early Radiance coming out of the Alchemist here, and the Necrophist against the Doom and the Necro against the Darkseer and the Shadow Shaman. He's probably not going to be too scared. It's actually going to be a tri-lane at bot. Maybe the Shadow Shaman will TP after the laning stage. After the rune phase. We'll see how this goes. Doom hasn't skilled anything yet, but we'll probably see him take Devour at level 1. Alright, so it's going to be a bit of a tri-lane to start for Workday. You definitely do need to protect the Anti-Mage. He doesn't really matter if Anti-Mage gets levels as long as he gets the Battle Fury at a reasonable timing. So it's only going to be down to this Battle Fury timing. With the tri-lane, I mean, I think Doom's in a lot of danger here. He's might overestimate how much regen Devour actually gives you. They've got the Shackles, they've got the Wave of the Magic Missile as well. But probably going to see Wave of Terror and Shackles at level 1. That's what I'd like to see. But she might just go for the Magic Missile instead. Needs to get the Shackle onto the Lion though, because otherwise the Lion will just stun the Shadow Shaman. The Earth Spike goes out though, so they can shackle whoever they want right now for the next few seconds. Body block from the Venge onto the Doom, and the Anti-Mage, she just gets the farm for free while his supports are duking it out with the enemy team. So Aim's missing some of the last hits though, very embarrassing for him. Is this on the... What's happening here? This map seems a bit different. Oh, that's fine. Anyway, Wave of Terror comes out, so it's going to be the level 1 Wave of Terror. And Shadow Shaman, he's in a really good position to get a good Shackle off. It's going to be hard for the Lion to get an Impale. He just misses. The Shackle ends anyway. And Doom taking a lot of damage. He's going to go down here. First blood for the Vengeful Spirit. It's going to be pretty big for her. She can get early boots, and the rest of these ganks are going to be much easier to set up now that she has a bit of a move speed advantage. So good, it's a great start for Workday already. Very intelligent tri lane. So anti-mage blinks forward. The Lion in a lot of trouble. He looks like he's going to get out. Maybe the anti-mage would die for this. He has a salve, so he will be able to use the heal up. Magic missile will secure the kill. So anti-mage taking a little bit more damage than he should have. Shadow Shaman going to pull the wave next. This seems a bit different. Like, am I tripping here? Is this? Oh, whatever. Okay, I'll think about it later. So patch 7.22 just came out today, and they changed the map a little bit. But I'm not sure if this like replay file is freaking out because it's like an older version playing on. It's like a. It's from the previous patch. The Shackle will come out onto the Abaddon, but the Nice Impair will end it pretty early, 2-man as well. And Thunderclap creep for the Doom. This is probably one of the better creeps you can get right now. It's 50 mana for 150 damage, which is pretty mana efficient when you compare it to the Hadouken, which does around the same damage, but it costs double the mana. So pretty good against the anti-mage because you're gonna run out of mana pretty quickly, so you need some mana efficient spells. So going to be try v try. Going to leave the Necrophos solo against the Darkseer, and this is what the Darkseer wants. He just wants someone to bully with the Iron Shells, but I mean he's not going to get any kills on the Necro most likely, but he's going to get free farm here. So we've been mostly focusing on this bot lane for a good reason. This is where the bloodbath is. The Alk he's not too far ahead of the DK yet. 2 points in the Grievel's Greed now. So Shackles from the Shadow Shaman onto the Doom. There's no Earth Spike to cancel it. So Anti-Mage running forward, he just needs to get a swipe. 2 points in the mana break, so he's going to hit pretty hard in this lane. No points in counterspell. Yeah, I think it would be pretty nice to have in this lane against the line. You can always counterspell the Earth Spike if it's far enough away. You have some reaction time. If you have good reaction time, you can always Earth Spike it. So regen for the Abaddon, gonna get picked up. Pretty nice for him. Doesn't have to suicide straight away, and he's almost got boots plus the wand, which is pretty important for him. He's gonna just keep spamming those mist coils. Don't really know how they're gonna put any pressure on the anti-mage though. This the Lion for the stun. He doesn't have a point in Hex either, so only the Earth Spike so far. And like I said, you can always counterspell it. There's no counterspell yet though, and they're actually draining most of anti-mage's mana. So once he's out of mana, they can definitely catch up to him. He's only got a mana for one more blink, and the next mana drain should seal the deal for him. So this is a pretty nice pickup for the Lion at least to get the mana drain on him. So 5-minute bounty runes, and they're not paying attention on the side of what's in your Warlock, and they lose all 4 bounty runes. This is so important for the Alk. They need to get all the bounty runes for the Alk, but they didn't get any of them. It's pretty bad for them actually. Abaddon just running at the Venge, but Venge will be okay. So, this is not the best start for what's in your Warlock. I feel like this anti-mage is getting way more farm than you want him to get, and not more farm than he deserves. I think they picked a pretty strong tri lane to protect the anti-mage this game, so it's not like Workday is it's not like what's in your Warlock are playing especially bad. So anti-mage gonna go for the treads before anything else, which it makes sense. I think Battle Fury first is that good. The counter shield doesn't really do anything. Blink forward from the anti-mage onto the Lion, but the Phonic shield will cancel the shackles. And anti-mage is running pretty low on mana. He's only got enough mana for one more blink now. Phase boost done on the Doom, but he does have mana for Inferno. He doesn't even learn Inferno Blade, which I think is a bit of a mistake. The Scorched Earth isn't that good. anymore. It gives you speed, but 10% is like not very much. No, 11% is not very much.
Denied.
The Infernal Blade just feels a lot better. It also costs less mana. So I think it's gonna calm down a little bit here. They've everyone on the side of what's in your Warlock are pretty low in mana.
Invisibility.
Is on the Alk, so he's going for the Radiance first, but going to be a bit slower because no one got any bounty runes for him in the mid lane. Also, no one's stacking for him, which is a pretty big deal as well. They don't really have an opportunity to stack. They need to. Maybe they should just sack this Doom. Honestly, the whole point of picking Doom is you can just devour your way back into the game. So these two supports should try and make moves on the other heroes. The DK is going to be pretty tough to take down, but with the Acid Spray, you can definitely reduce this DK's armor to a point where it's possible. It's going to be pretty tough though. No points in Concoction yet. The Lion's going to come in. He doesn't have any points in Hex yet. So let's see, the Soul Ring on the Dragon Knight and the Acid inside, the Earthspike inside the Acid is getting pretty low, but will eventually make it out. Meanwhile, Brian Atella and now this is feeding have arrived. The Lion's gonna go down. He gets shackled up, not able to get healed in time by the Abandon. The Reaper's Scythe onto the Vengeful Spirit will finish her off, add some bonus time to her respawn time, but it's just the support. They didn't manage to end up getting the Dragon Knight. If Necro came in earlier, they could have gotten the kill with the Reaper's Scythe, but not rotating in time, and the Dragon Knight will go out free. Meanwhile, the AM's just been farming away in the corner. Doom will be able to get a little bit more farm now that the pressure's off, but huge wave under the tower for AM, and he's definitely got enough damage to take these under the tower now. You just need to deal a little bit more than like 100 damage. Maybe. He's got about 100 damage, the tower does 110, so most of the time he should be able to get the creeps. So Darkseid going for a quick buckler. We'll see if he wants to go for a Crimson, which is, I don't think Crimson's that good this game. He should just go straight for the Greaves this game. It's probably the best choice. Or even a Pipe. A Pipe first would be pretty nice, because then you get to block the Necro ulti. Magic Missile onto the Doom. He's out of mana again, so won't be able to devour for some time, but it's on cooldown anyway, so it's okay. And Alk, he just doesn't feel that farmed. He's only 600 gold in front of the DK, and the DK seems like he's really far ahead. He's going for his own Radiance. Alright, here we go, boys. This is exciting. But Alk will beat him to the Radiance because he's an Alk and DK is a DK. The mid tower taking a lot of pressure. Alk using the Chemical Rage onto the DK with the Acid Spray, but DK doesn't really care. He's got 2 points of Dragon Blood now, so it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like he's afraid of the Alk at all. So 10-minute bounty risk. Alk will finally get some for himself. It's going to be 2 for 2. So still not the best outcome for them. They definitely wanted at least 3 for the Alk. But 2's better than none, which is what they got last time. Alk almost at his relic now, just 800 gold away. So he gained about 1,000 gold from those bounty runes. Shackles onto the Doom, but he's pretty tanky. He doesn't have any mana left, so anti-mage's damage is definitely peaked. It's definitely a big problem with anti-mage. He does so much damage up until the point where they're out of mana, and it's like, well, crap. Shadow Shaman and Venge are pretty poor. It seems like Venge is the one who is getting the farm priority this game. Shadow Shaman's been buying wards. I kind of feel like this is a mistake, but it's a bit of a personal choice, I guess. Alright, search forward from the Dark Sea. They're going to chase for this Necro first. Venge is a little bit faster than Necro. The DK also uses his Dragon Form. Breathe Fire comes out. There's no Magic Missile yet onto the Venge. And Venge is getting really low. The Doom and the Reaper Scythe onto the Dark Sea. A bit of a mistake using both with Ultimate. They're going to get 2 kills anyway. And it looks like they're going to be able to turn this round and get DK anyway. So not really a big deal that they use both of their ulti. Triple kill for Pyro Trout. Nice comeback from him. He was kind of struggling a little bit in the lane, but actually, he's doing pretty well against the Dark Sea. What am I talking about? Anyway, they're gonna go for this top tower now. Alk has the relic done as well, so you just should pop over to the side shop and grab it real quick. We'll help them push the tower a bit more. So anti-mage, actually he's been slowed down a little bit. I feel like he was doing pretty well at the start, but he's also missed like a lot of last hits. His last hit rate is really low. He's got the same as Necrophos, but Necro's been a lot more active on the map, just doing Necrophos things. I feel like this AM should be a little bit more farmed than he actually is right now. Dim gonna go for a pipe next, pretty important for his team. The Iron Shell, the Breathe Fire, it's just a nice item to have. And the Mana Void as well. The Mana Void is the big killer here. Although there aren't... Necro is probably the only hero who has a big mana pool. The rest are a bit measly. Shackle onto the Lion, but the Infernal Blade will smack him down and cancel the Shackles. Lion getting really low, gets back in and will go down to the Iron Shell after a nice Breathe Fire on 2 heroes. Doom in a lot of trouble. He's gonna go down here. Maybe he manages to walk away with the Scorched Earth. He's got a little bit of more bonus move speed, but the Scorched Earth runs out. The Magic Missile will finally catch up to him, and he'll go down. Necro in the meantime, he's trying to juke it out with the heroes of Workday, but he's gonna go down here as well. This is pretty scary for him. Gets another Death Pulse out, but he will eventually go down. Alk shows up, but just throws a level 1 concoction and walks away. Bit of a disaster for what's in your Warlock. 18k gold, 1800 gold swing towards Workday, and the high five not being matched by anyone. Some poor teamwork over here by Workday. Oh no, they just high five Venge. Never mind. Good on it. The support duo. You got to be friends with each other. Venge with the Triangle boost. Not something you see too often on Venge. Normally you see Treads or Arcane boots. Usually the Treads, she actually has a pretty good base attack time for a support, and just switch to the Int Treads to get enough mana for the spells you need, because you don't really need that much mana on Venge, honestly. Surge on the Dragon Knight. This is the change to Surge that is an interesting interaction. So Surge used to give you max move speed, 550, regardless of what your current speed was. But now that it gives a percentage damage, Hex reduces your base move speed to 200. So you get the burst damage. So Shadow Shaman is going to get instantly blown up here by the Alk and the Necro. And it's time for Workday to run. The Dark Sea is being sandwiched here. He's in a lot of trouble. He manages to search out. The stun from the Alk manages to come out in time, but the Dark Sea, he's out of there. The Lion wasn't able to pick up a stun on the way, and looks like Doom will be able to get the 2 bounty runes at bot. So 2 for 2 again. A little bit more gold going in the Alk's pocket. So they're finally starting to pull ahead in net worth a little bit on the side of what's in your Warlock. And Anti-Mage is finding out the Demon Edge, so helping farm faster. And then he's about 800 gold away from the Battle Shriek. This still feels a little bit slow considering he hasn't been pressured at all for the last 5 minutes. Not sure if his last hitting just isn't that good.
Dire's middle tower taking damage.
Venge getting hexed up and smacked down by the Infernal Blade. Finger of Death comes out. The Lion just barely gets the Finger of Death stack in time. So pretty nice pickup for him. Do that juicy bonus damage. Alk is just running forward, and they're going to take this tower on the side of what's in your Warlock. Meanwhile, DK and Anti-Mage going to trade for the T2 bot tower. So nice moves from Workday, trying to make the best of a bad situation. Actually ends up being an okay situation for them. Anti-Mage almost has his Battle Fury now, but looks like, well, Shadow Shaman is forced to use his wards defensively. The Shackle onto the Necro, nothing to cancel the Shackle yet, but it's just a level 1 Shackle, it didn't last that long. Doom onto the Dragon Knight, the Reaper's Scythe onto the Darkseid will finish him off. Dragon Knight getting relay, he will eventually go down as well. Anti-Mage just getting out by it with a sliver of health, and the push continues from team What's in Your Warlock. They just had the Necro heal them up. The Necro took a lot of damage early on in the fight, but then just healed up with the Ghost Shroud, and he's back up to full. And they're gonna take this Rax 17 minutes into the game. Wow, excellent stuff for Workday. They were struggling a little bit in the lanes, but they matched the aggro tri-lane, the Necro and the Alk, managed to get a lot of solo experience, and yeah, this is a little bit unexpected. The Anti-Mage, he's still not ready to fight. He's not going to be ready to fight for at least the next 10 minutes. He needs at least the Manta Star after the Battle Fury. You get the Battle Fury to farm the next item. You don't get your Battle Fury to fight. So already a Rax down at 17 minutes. 7k gold advantage as well for What's in Your Warlock. So the next big item pickup's Pipe. Almost done on the Doom. It looks like he's just the recipe away now. Necro's going for a Yules, which is a little bit weird. Maybe trying to just Yule someone who gets surged, and then you can dispel the surge and then come down afterwards as well. That's not too bad, just a little bit of extra catch. Be able to cancel TPs without having to commit your ulti as well. Lion, not really looking towards any items right now, so the Abba is actually the position for it, not the Lion, interestingly enough. Abba's gotta go, yeah, Abba's gotta go for Vlad's. He's almost got it, so it should help buff up his team a little bit more as well. And Alk, he's looks like he's got his Manta Star done, which is pretty big for him. The Lion just going to be the sacrificial lamb here. The rest of his team gets out of there. So Alk with a Manta Star now can push out all the lanes as much as he wants. But they might be forced to fight here. It looks like, do they want to fight here? This is pretty scary for the side of What's in Your Warlock. They run forward with the Chemical Rage. The 3-man back wall comes out from the Darkseid. Atos onto the Darkseid. He gets Reaper Scythe straight away, but the Pipe has already come out, so he's not going to die to it. A bit of a waste ult by Pyro Trout there. And the fight continues. A lot of healing is going to come out from the Necrophos this fight. Alk, he's still working on the wards. Doom gets stunned up by a Dragon Tail. This fight is pretty chaotic. Doom onto the Dragon Knight. The Doom's getting really low. He needs another Death Pulse or a heal from his Abaddon. Abaddon uses another Miscoil. He's getting pretty low. He's only got one more Miscoil in the queue. He uses it to deny himself. The Darkseid will eventually go down to the Radiance of the Alchemist, and the Dragon Knight manages to walk away from the Doom, and now Alk almost has his Blink Dagger, so it's going to be very difficult to run away from this Alk now. He went for the Unstable Concoction talent. I love this. Just wait till he gets the level 20 talent with the plus 400 damage Concoction damage, which is insane. It makes the minimum damage go up by 400 as well. So the damage scales for however long he charges for. I think it's like 100 damage per second or something like that. And then he gets the max damage after 4 seconds. Alright, well, Alk gets another kill on the Anti-Mage, reveals the blink and gets the kill on him. So Anti-Mage trying to be cheeky with a bit of a rat. He got a third of the tower on the tier 3. So Alk, you better pick up these bounty runes. They're for him. It's fine. The Lion will pick it up for him. What a greedy carry player. Meanwhile, the Necrophos in a lot of trouble. He gets Dragon Tail. He's going to go down here. Just a casual feed from the Necro. A bit of a mistake from him. Also, he finishes yours, but it's been on the Courier for a really long time now. Doom as well. He has a hood complete with the Pipe, but it's just been sitting on the Courier. A bit of Courier mismanagement. I'm sure this Courier has seen the world by this point. Just the Alkolutions just being annoying, pushing in that that bot lane with the Manta Radiance illusions. So Vlad's done on the Abaddon as well, but again, more Courier mismanagement means he hasn't been able to pick it up. Even though he had the money for it a while ago. Lion will get a Earth Spike onto the Shadow Shaman, but not going to be resulting too much out of that. So big item pickups for the side of What's in Your Warlock. They've finally got all their items off the courier. The Necrophos actually buys the tome. Not really sure what that was about. Anti-mage going in deep. He's just still farming the enemy jungle. Blink forward from the Alk with the unstable concoction, and Avenge will get instantly blown up for that. Darkseid, he's going to be able to search his way out. The Yule's not in range for the Necro. I think the Necro really needs a blink this game because they're kind of lacking catch, but I guess the Alk has it now, so it's not a big deal for him. And they gotta go for another axe on CapOne. So What's in Your Warlock? Blink forward from the Alk, and he's gonna instantly blow up the Shadow Shamans. So 2 heroes dead. Venge is almost back up, but it looks like they get this tower more or less for free. The Vac Wall is available. 2-man Vac Wall, so not gonna get 3. The Doom comes out onto the Dragon Knight with the Reaper's Scythe, but they still don't manage to finish him off because of the pipe. The Darkseid will eventually go down here. Anti-Mage gets a big Mana Void, but it's not going to finish anyone off. He's actually pretty strong right now. He's chasing down the enemy team with the Iron Shell. He gets Infernal Bladed, and as a Magic Missile comes out onto the Doom. And this is pretty scary. It looks like What's in Your Warlock? They're trying to heal up a little bit. Dragon Tail onto the Necrophos, and Necrophos is gonna die here. He's in a lot of trouble, gets Magic Missile as well. The Aphotic Shield comes out. He's almost gonna be able to get the Vengeful Spirit. We will eventually go down. So the Necro not backing out with the rest of his team, runs a different direction and gets caught out for it. Bit of a misplay here. Should have given up the Abaddon's life instead. Abaddon gonna go for an Ether Lens now. Pretty important stuff because the extra cast range is really nice here. And Darkseid looks like he's given up on the Greaves. I feel like the Greaves would be pretty important in this game. Not really sure why. So Alk, he's gonna go for an early Octarine Core, not even interested in any other, the Shiva's Guard, AC, maybe an Ags for his allies. Probably gonna go for Ags after this for his allies, but the early Octarine Core will help him have a bigger uptime on Chemical Rage. He's got it done now, so there's basically a, oh, here we go. Yeah, the tooltips are all wrong. They have some spoilers from future patches. So Doom gets hexed up, a nice Vac Wall onto 2 heroes again. There's no Doom up for the side of What's in Your Warlock. They're trapped by this by these Serpent Wards. 2 heroes in the Serpent Wards. A nice 2-man Unstable Concussion comes out, and the Dragon Knight goes down as well. So a great fight for What's in Your Warlock. Yeah, I mean this Scepter bonus damage and Scepter spell amp doesn't quite exist in this patch yet. That's why I thought like this area looks like it's changed a little bit, but I'm really not sure, dude. This is very wacky. This probably only says 40 damage instead of 50. This game definitely wasn't played today, so unless the patch actually came out 2 weeks ago. Darkseid gets the tome. Not really sure. I guess the level 2 wall is okay. But the wall is not really that good this game. There's the Alk, which is nice to clone because it's got the Radiance, and the Octarine Core will help. Actually, no, Illusion Lifesteal doesn't work on illusions in this patch yet. There's a change in the next patch. But the Radiance is nice to have. But the Doom and the Necro don't really. Their illusions aren't that scary. So Aegis now on the Necrophos, he's going to be a bit more aggressive. The Alk just jumps in really aggressively. He's going to end up stunning himself. He gets shackled as well. He's a lot of damage. Big Mana Void comes out from the Anti-Mage, the Finger of Death as well, but he's not going to go down to the Finger and Reaper combo, and it's time to run if you're Workday. The Alk jumped in way too aggressively. Surge forward from the Venge, gets a Magic Missile onto the Abaddon, but not the target you want to go on. He's really hard to take down. Aggressive swap by the Vengeful Spirit will bring the Doom back. The Abaddon seems like he will eventually go down. He uses his borrowed time, but he will go down now in the backlines. Doom getting vacuumed up, Magic Missile to get, and Anti-Mage will finish him off. Anti-Mage, he's back in the game. He's a real hero now. Abaddon's still alive, but will eventually go down. Gets shackled and dragon-tailed, and Lion, he might go down still, but he's going to be okay. There's a big creep wave at top, so someone needs to go back and defend. Looks like Shadow Shaman's going to be one, but the creeps are going to take the tower. He needs to take out the Siege Creep as soon as possible. The Siege Creep is going to take out the Range Racks, and there's nothing he can do about it. It will end up going down onto the hero creeps, so even when the heroes can't do a good job, the creeps will have your back at least. There's so much magic resist as well. These Reaper Scythes and these Finger of Death aren't really doing much damage. There's an Anti-Mage with 64% magic resist. This DK has 59% magic resist. Even this Darkseer is pretty tanky with 1600 HP. I still think he should finish his his Greaves. I really don't know why he's going for a Shivers. But hey, Anti-Mage showed up to fight. He is ready to fight. He's actually going for a Skadi next. Not an item you see too commonly on Anti-Mage, but I do like in this game. It keeps him a bit tankier. The slow on Skadi got nerfed in the next patch actually, because it's pretty bullshit. If you get hit by a melee hero, the unstable concussion comes out but doesn't finish off the Vengeful Spirit. The Arc isn't quite level 20 yet, so it doesn't have the 400 unstable concussion damage. That would have finished off Venge for sure. But the Skadi slows for 5 seconds if you get hit by a melee hero with Skadi. And 5 seconds is a long ass stun. A long ass slow. So Necro gotta go for a Lincoln's next. A little bit confusing, but there's a lot of single target spells, and the only one that isn't a disable is the Ether Shock. So, and also the Mana Void, but it's nice if you can block the Mana Void with a Lincoln. So it's an okay item, but maybe I would have rather liked to see the BKB instead. Doom gonna go for a Crimson Guard now. I'm not really sure how much this item is gonna help him. Start. Because there's not much, like, you buy Crimson Guard against heroes who attack very fast but don't do a whole lot of damage. Great hiccups. And none of these heroes really fit that build. I guess DK doesn't do that much damage in general. He tends to build a lot of attack speed items, like a Mjolnir would be pretty nice for him, so it might be nice. I feel like he could go for like a Shivers or an AC instead, something slightly more useful. Alk, he's going to go for an AC himself, so Doom probably should have gone for the Shivers instead of the Crimson Guard. He wouldn't have had it by now anyway though, but the extra armor is nice on him. Top lane, a lot of TP rotations coming in. The Alchemist, he gets a stun onto the DK, the Atos as well. The DK, he's slowly running away, but the Lion's here now, so it's going to be pretty difficult to get away from the DK. A Finger of Death might come out, but the Reaper's Scythe instead. So Lion not going for the Finger of Death tech. It's only level 1, so the cooldown is super long, so I can respect that. And I mean, DK gets that extra death timer. It's not as much as it used to be. Used to be like 15, 30, 45, which is just stay ridiculous. Wait, did I read that right? Yeah, okay. But nevertheless, the DK is down for a long time. They don't have the Aegis anymore, so this could be pretty scary. They might just get blown up again. He's still farming away. He's almost got his Skadi. He buys out his Skadi, so he doesn't have buyback. He doesn't have TP for 30 seconds either, so he's very far away from his team. The Venge will get blown up by the one concoction stun, and it looks like they might be able to get this Rax. The DK is forced to buy back. The Glyph comes up as well. I think it's time to run away. Oh, actually, they did have the Aegis. The Necrophase had the Aegis. AM gets hexed on the back lines, and he gets doomed as well, so a pretty huge pickup for them on the Anti-Mage. Looks like they're not going to be able to kill the AM, but at least they get him out of the fight, so you can't go for a big Mana Void. A bit unfortunate to waste the Doom on a target you're not going to kill, but if they can kill everyone else, I don't think AM can 1v5 this fight yet. Lion going to go really low to the tower. He's going to go down to the Corrosive Breath from the DK. Alk, he gets stunned by... He's gonna stun himself, but he stuns the Anti-Mage because the Anti-Mage blinked on top of him. The DK Anti-Mage, he's gonna juke it out with the Alk, and he blows up the Alk with a Mana Void, taking out the Doom as well. So, wow, another team wipe. A nice base defense for for Workday. This AM, he's ready to fight. The Scotty kept him alive, and otherwise he probably would have gone down to the Doom actually. So pretty good stuff there. But at the same time, if he died to the Doom, he could have just bought back, and there would have been no Doom for the second one. So now the 30-minute bounty runes are out, and all 4 are going to go the way of Workday. And this Alk, he's pretty much capped out at this point. There's not going to be many more items he can buy to be impactful in the game. He can switch out his treads for a BKB maybe, but he's pretty much capped out. This is the big problem with Alk. You hit your peak really early, and your peak is not very high. Necro, I didn't even feel Necro's presence in that fight. Doom, he gets blinked on. He's completely out of mana. He pops his Crimson Guard in time, so it looks like he'll be okay. He actually pops it on the towers as well to slow it down a bit. Lion gets instantly blown up by the Venge and the Anti-Mage, and they're gonna take out this mid tower. Necro is back, so he drops the Atos. The Lion's down for 30 seconds, and that's most of the lockdown. The AM feeling pretty invincible right now. He's got 1.3k HP. He's just gonna attack the Rex, it looks like, while the Doom trying to buy some safe. There's no Doom for 30 more seconds. He doesn't have Mana Caster anyway. Another Manta Star comes out from the Anti-Mage. He's doing a lot of damage. He has Mana Void. The Doom's really low in mana. Doesn't have that big mana pool though. Meanwhile, the Alk gets hexed. He manages to get the Shadow Shine before they get out, and the retreat is a lot cleaner from the side of Workday. The Anti-Mage just getting out a lot earlier. The hero's certainly being a little bit faster. This AM's getting scary, dude. It's gonna go for a butterfly next, and then no one really wants to buy an MKB on the side of team. What's in your Warlock? It looks like Shadow Shaman's gonna buy back because they think they're gonna Roche. Roche isn't up yet. It's actually not up like this. If it's up now, it's like the earliest respawn possible. But Roche will be up in 2 minutes. Kaya gonna come out on the Lion. This is not an item you see very often, especially on support line. I don't think Kaya is gonna be very useful this game. I think if he wanted a small item that had impact, he could go for an Aether Lens, just get a little bit more cast range. He also went for the cast range talent. So these Earth Spikes and Hexers would have a lot longer range than you would expect. So I think this is a bit of a misplay from the Lion going for the Kaya instead of the Aether Lens. The Spell Shield from the Anti-Mage to make sure he doesn't get doomed. But Doom still out of mana. Doesn't seem like he went to heal after the last fight. And he's got no mana regen, so not really sure what this Doom is gonna do. Necro finished up his Lincolns, but it doesn't really help him deal damage. Maybe it helps him keep him alive for a bit longer. I think maybe if I don't really know what the path forward for this Necro is either. I think he needs some armor for sure. This AM's just gonna jump on top of him and blow him up. Maybe you're gonna go for another fight after the butterfly to help deal with the Ghost Shroud a little bit. It's kind of annoying. Big smoke from what's in your Warlock. We'll see what they're able to get done here. Concoction onto the Dark Sea, but it's a pretty short stun. Atos comes out just in time before he manages to surge away. The Reaper Scythe comes out, 97 seconds on the sidelines, but he has buyback, so it's not the biggest loss for them. It'd be nice to force the buyback. And on the buybacks information, we've got DK and Shadow Shaman don't have buyback. The Necro doesn't have buyback yet, but he's almost got it, so you should get it after taking out Creep Wave or 2. Looks like he's going to get it after this Creep Wave. So big buyback advantage for what's in your Warlock. Hopefully they can try and force this Darkseid to buy back before then. That would be pretty nice. Roche is up now, so it looks like they're gonna go for it. But AM's ratting in the meantime. Someone needs to go back and stop this AM. The 35-minute bounty runes have spawned, and doesn't look like Alk is interested in getting the bot ones. So Lion doing his civic duty. He's gonna pick up the 2 bounty runes at top. It's a nice gold injection for the Alk, and he got like 300 gold. He got 400 gold for it. That's crazy. He's got an Axe queued up next. Hopefully he'll give it to the Necro first for the shorter Reaper Scythe cooldown. I think that's probably the best option right now. The Ark should definitely go for BTs at this point. He needs to Ark is going for it? Yeah, he did get blown up last fight. I think Ark should go for BTs just because he can stop the AM split push with the Manta illusions, or just like by himself, and then TP into the fight later. Because someone needs to deal with this AM. AM's just going to rat his way to victory if he's left unchecked. He has money for the butterfly now, but probably going to save for buyback at this point. Very high level Seb comes out. DD as well. On the Alk, it's probably not the best rune on him, but it's pretty decent nonetheless. Gonna go for the shrines now. These were available since the 17-minute mark, but they'll finally take him out. Just haven't really been on this side of the map. AM's been keeping this side of the map pushed in the whole time. And it looks like they have a lot of vision, so they'll finally get dewarded in the bot area. But AM, he's just been farming away. About 900 gold away from getting buyback and the butterfly. And then after he gets the butterfly, he's going to be super difficult to take down. I don't really know how they're going to do it. Necro, I feel like Necro is just like completely plateaued. Like, he went for multiple defensive items after the Atos, and now his team is kind of lacking the damage. I'm not really sure what he could have gone for instead though. This is the big problem with Necro. Maybe, I feel like Shiva's would have been pretty nice. Like, a little bit of extra damage, some sustain.
Top tower is being attacked.
I don't know. Kind of a hard Necro game.
Dire's top tower is under siege. Dire's top tower is destroyed.
So, Workday do take the top tower. AM didn't even need to show up, so the creeps took it as the heroes they are. The creeps are the real MVP this game. They took out a tower here, they took out a Rax here, and it looks like there's another push happening. AM's TPing back now, and this lane has a tower, so it's going to be a bit more difficult to push out than the other, push in the other lanes. The Stepper Wars come out now. Doom blinks in aggressively, but doesn't do anything with it. 4 men back on the back lines. The Darkseid getting pretty low, but he will be able to survive here. Doom eventually goes down. Reaper's Scythe and Figure of Death on the Darkseid as well. He has buyback though. His Aegis will finally swap aggressively from the Venge, will bring the Necrophos back in, and the Ark is going to go down as well. Meanwhile, the in the backlines, the banner will eventually go down. So a full team wipe for Workday, a huge gold swing going their way. Wow, it's almost a 6k gold swing for Workday. Bit over eager, I think. They didn't even get the tower. I'm not really sure how they're gonna fight. They can't really fight directly into the enemy team anymore. They've lost the last few team fights in a row. AM's just gonna push now. A few buybacks forced out. 2 buybacks already on the Doom and the Necrophos, and they still can't really stop this anti-mage. And once the whole team arrives, then these two are gonna get instantly blown up. DK doesn't have an initiation tool himself. Blink for the Atos onto the AM, but he just meant to styles it off. Lion's up now. Uses the Earth Spike on the AM illusion. Shackles onto the Doom, and Doom's in a lot of trouble. He gets the Crimson Guard off before he gets shackled, but Alk forced to bite back. He blinks in with an aggressive concoction, but Doom onto the anti-mage. This is a pretty big Atos as well. This will be a huge kill if they manage to pick him up. The swap from the Venge just not being able to save the AM, so the AM goes down. 666 gold going the way of the Alchemist. The Venge will go down as well. The anti-mage actually buys back. The DK goes down. And the Stellar's Free Snake comes out. So a pretty decent fight for the most part, but they forced 3 buybacks on the side of what's in your Warlock. So if any of these heroes die, they're out of the game for a long time. At the same time, if this anti-mage goes down, I feel like Workday are pretty screwed. Everything's on this anti-mage. The net worth is very skewed. At the same time, net worth's pretty skewed onto the Alk either, and Alk feels like he's made of paper at this point. He doesn't really... DK also buys back here, so on the buyback chart, very few heroes have buybacks left. This game's gonna get wild. Oh, where's buybacks? Buyback status. None of the top net worth heroes have buyback. Only the Lion has buyback, and the Darkseid, who managed to died twice in the last few engagements and didn't need to buy back. Lotus Orb next on the Doom, just to try and keep this Arc alive a little bit longer. So, Necro has the Ags now. So the shorter cooldown Reaper Scythe has been pretty handy so far. You don't have to feel as worried about messing it up. Maybe give the actually, they could probably give the Ags the baton next. The damage reduction would be pretty nice. When you see anti-mage blinking, just turn on your ulti and try and you know, just reduce the damage a little bit to your allies. Atos onto the anti-mage. He gets stunned up as well. The Doom's not here. He doesn't have Doom yet for 25 seconds. If the AM gets Doomed again, he's really screwed. The Concoction comes out onto the AM. He gets Reaper Scythe, but he's not going to go down. The Spell Shield comes out. He manages to blink out just in time. He's getting really low, 50 HP, but will manage to survive. The Dragon Knight goes down. He doesn't have buyback. There's a dieback on the DK. Alk, he's going to stun himself, but he's going to stun the Darkseer in the meantime. So the Darkseer and the Alk getting stunned for a long time. They're both going to go down here. The Darkseer still has buyback. The Shadow Shaman going to go down as well. He has buyback. The Anti-Mage is back in, but it's 3v4. Alright, the Anti-Mage and the Darkseer and the Shadow Shaman buy back. This is getting super scary. The Alk blinks in aggressively. He gets doomed on the Anti-Mage. In this game, it's looking like it's over. The Doom on the Anti-Mage is going to present a lot of issues. He's out of the game for a while. Another Reaper Scythe onto the Darkseer. It's just the Anti-Mage gets to the world now. Venge eventually buys back, but these two probably aren't going to be able to take on the 5 heroes of what's in your Warlock. And this game looking almost over. Looks like Anti-Mage is going to have to make his last stand here with the Vengeful Spirit. Wave of Terror comes out. The Atos onto the Anti-Mage doesn't manage to block it in time. He'll get stunned by the Concoction. He's getting pretty low. He'll blink out, but he just doesn't do enough damage. The Crimson Guard is out now, and not only get a significant chunk of AM's damage. And the Mana Void goes onto the creep, doesn't even hit the Alk. A huge mistake for the AM. It's gonna cost him this game. He's got the Mana Void talent, so it's up again in 10 seconds. We'll see if what he's able to do with it. He blinks in aggressively again, but he gets Infernal Bladed. The Spell Shield comes out one more time. There's another Reaper Scythe available. Lion in a lot of trouble. He will eventually go down. Another Spell Shield comes out. He has the Mana Void if he wants to use it on the Alk. The Venge getting Reaper Scythe. He just barely doesn't go down, so nice save for the Venge. And Doom in a lot of trouble. He's completely out of mana. It's time to run. The Anti-Mage, he's on a bit of a rampage here. They're out of damage. They don't have any more right clicks. The Alk is coming back in there. He went to heal. The Alk turning on Chemical Rage. He's just going to chip away at the tower. The Anti-Mage, he's not able to stop the Alk in time. The Alk is going to take the game. GG, what a great game coming out from both teams. Anti-Mage showing up to play. He just wasn't able to carry his team. What's in your Warlock putting a lot of early pressure on the enemy team. And managing to claim a Rex by... oh, yikes. Okay, well, that's probably a sign that the new patch came out. It's probably why my tooltips have been kind of funny, but this was a pretty fantastic game, very back and forth. The what's in your Warlock, they took a pretty significant gold lead early on, pretty normal with Alk, but they took a Rax at 17 minutes. They weren't even that far ahead at 17 minutes, but the gold lead expanded over time. The super creeps, they give half the gold and the experience, so it's kind of hard to come back in when you lose them that early. But Alk just continued to scale. He bought a few Ags for his teammates, so who got the Ags? Necro got the Ags, which was pretty important. He didn't manage to get an Ags to another person, but that's fine. And yeah, a very great game from both teams.